note, views and opinions expressed in the course of this program do not represent that of OTV. Therefore, this channel is not liable to any legal action that may result from this program.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí, ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọmọ Oòduà tó ń dé sójú ìwòran yín láti iléeṣẹ́ ìkànnì Wo TV níbi tá a ti ń dábẹ́ ọdún tá a ti ń rọ̀ bí òwe. Bó jẹ́ pé ọba náà ló kú fórè fàkùkọ tiwa o. Ẹ kú bójú ọjọ́ ti rí báwọn lọ́dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn-ún. Ajé ti gbogbo ajẹ́ sọ́jà yín ti ta wàràwàrà torí pé tó dá mi lójú náà ni pé ọmọ ẹ̀ta ní kọ́kọ́ ta o kí gbogbo ọmọ ẹranko tó tà pátá. Àdúrà mi ni pé ajé àfilẹ̀ gbogbo wa sílé ògúngún sọdúnsọ bòjá fọ̀dẹ̀dẹ́gbọ́ ṣe gbogbo àwa òkùnkùn ní báláyé fọwọ́ táyé gẹ́gẹ́ tó ètò ọ̀hún náà ló tún balẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wàrà òjò sójú rẹ̀ yìí àwa wùn mí kẹ bá wa pèrè fìdí àbẹ máa fìdí tí a pèrè mọ́lẹ̀ kákọ́ lágbàmì ètò tòní ká máa bá kíní ọ̀bọ̀ bá ti ṣe máa ń ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe tiwa tẹ́tí mọ̀ wá mọ̀ lánàá kó tó dùn ní. Àdìgún lódòdó ràwọ̀ yín náà rèé lórí ètò tòní bó bá ti wáyé gun ó máa ń yọrẹ ni bó bá ti yá yẹn tẹ̀lé mi ẹ̀já lọ lórí ètò tòní kájọ mọ bí kíní ọ̀hún kájọ mọ bó ti fẹ́ rí. Ẹ máa bá mi láìkì o ẹ dẹ̀ máa ṣíà kẹ́ ẹ máa bá mi subscribe ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ wa láké kí wọ́n gbọ́ wa lóko káwọn tó wá rògbò àga náà má bọ́ kí wọ́n bomi ọgbọ́n mu ń bẹ̀ torí pé ètò ọgbọ́n rèé níbẹ̀ náà láti jọ ń fúnra wa lómi ọgbọ́n mu ó ti yá ẹja tẹ̀síwájú lórí ètò tòní.
Is everywhere in the world, but a standard Our Lady girl. I have never seen a useless Our Lady girl before. Our Lady of Apostles Secondary School, Jebode. Lord Bere, even ask from jogs, from Jebode Grammar School boys, they will tell you, how my lady can she shaku shaku. Our Jeruwe, non so. And because Baba Ijesha and Femi Olaleye were the first to scream out, everybody believed that Princess is lying, Femi Olaleye's wife is lying. Now, during my case, when I finally even got energy to speak, when Yomi threatened my life, incited publicly to the extent that a target was put on my back, I came out, I did it, I was weeping. People said, oh, she's so ugly. Why is she crying? So you now expected Femi Olaleye's wife to come out and do a video. Do you think it's everybody that can stomach what I stomached? I nearly died. I hit rock bottom of rock bottom. It is only by the grace of God that I'm alive. I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to Dr. Keshimu. Do you think it is easy? I nearly died. I sunk to the bottomless of the most bottomless level of depression. If you are a true parent, for those of you that are calling me barren, if truly you are a true parent, don't gbere no, you will know that no parent will ever be happy if their child is not okay. But by the time most of you are detached from reality. Most of you just have kids to hold down men. Some of you have kids as a fashion statement. Some of you have kids so that when you're talking to your friend, you will say, I'm a millionaire will be, I have 4 kids. My firstborn is in invest. That's what you want to do. You see children as properties. You see them as your retirement plans. We don't see children that way. We don't roll that way. Miss Tolu, great or last. OLA. Ha. Again, similarities. Now to the press. When the case was going on, I had somebody in the beginning, not in the very beginning because the case has started. I met her in the police station in Pantide. They call her Aunt Landa. Before then, I had known her to be humanitarian. She helps people and whatever. The first day she even saw me, she insulted me. She thought I came there to support Baba Ijesha. She didn't even know I was involved. The way she spoke to me, it was the head of gender, Margaret Igudalu, that told her that this is the mother of the victim. It's just that she's a calm person. And she said she didn't know. She would call me, stay up with me all night, pray with me, So I felt in the midst of the storm, I found somebody to talk to. But you will always tell me, don't say anything. Don't put anything out there. Don't be angry. You know, if you do this, the police will drop your case. The police will stop investigating. The police will do this. Oh, shame on bami. Ba la shen dupe. Not when it don't shame. So imagine my shock when a few months down the line, we had the case of a child that was raped and died. And she went behind my back after I broke the case online and tried to get Nigerians to help, to try and start telling the mother to say, oh, it's a lie. Is it normal? Somebody's child was raped. She died. They contacted me. I came online because I was in the hospital. I came out of the hospital. I was in the hospital, this thing. I left, oh God. Let me quickly. I said, Nigerians, please help me. People came out en masse. Went to the police station in Ayoba. And at the end of the day, you know, the same thing happened in this case. Yes. Remi Olaleye's big sister, somebody she respects so much. Her name is Toke Benson. Toke and Auntie Diola. One day I'll wà tó ń tini lójú ju olè lọ ẹ mọ̀. Èèyàn bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. I hear that Toke, Madam Toke, because she's old. She's older than me, maybe like 5 or 6 years. Or dàgbà gan. You. She tried her best to make sure Femi was released on bail. Went to call him, oh yeah, we're going to pay for lawyer to help you, blah, blah, blah. And then began to, what do they say? Try to suppress Mrs. Remi Olaleye. Because, I'm a senior staff with the Lagos State government put Toke Benson in charge of, I think, the film village, what are they building? I don't understand. In an industry where we are trying to eradicate rape, sexual favors, sexual oppression, you are putting a woman in charge of the film village. I don't know, I saw her. A woman that is a rape protector and rape apologist. Unapologetically. Where do you think change will come from? I came online, I did a video. I begged Madam Toke to please. She didn't answer. Instead, that was when they told this thing now. Imagine my shock when I now found out that they told Ijesha and Toke àti Diola ló ń jẹ. Pẹ̀lú Patricia. Patricia is another friend to Remi Olaleye. They now form WhatsApp group. Imagine. Somebody that Remi Olaleye herself felt in the midst of the storm, she has found a calm place. You don't get. Look, you don't need to like me. You don't need to like my look. Just listen to what I tell you and make good use of it. I'm telling you, it will help you. If you want to make way in life, you have to learn from other people's experience. My brother, my sister, it is horrible to learn from your own experiences. You might never get out of it. Are you seeing the similarities? Then I go back to the courts. Thorough medical check was done on Baba Ijesha's victim and Femi Olalaye's victim. Independent. These are the people that conduct and they come to court. Not that they go through any prayer. No. Hours of medical check. And then another medical forensic analysis. The first one was done by Warif. The forensic medical clinical investigation was done by Checheyara. That one is not done in a few minutes. For Mirabel Center conducted a thorough medical detailed investigation. Checheyara, you understand, did their forensic this thing again. Babatunde Ogala had the temerity to invite a quack doctor as a witness, but when he was faced with professionals who have more than 17 years experience, with top-notch equipment and training. He tried to rubbish all their findings. In both cases, Babatunde Ogala, SAN, protector of rapists in Nigeria, defender of rapists. He had a friend, I wrote the guy's name down, Mr. Dada Woshika. For the first case, Mr. Dada Woshika. And for this one, he had Mr. Olusegun Fabumi. Mr. Dada Woshika, Mr. Olusegun Fabumi, Babatunde Ogala, SAN. Afiti eba bimo loku. Eba bimo. Ewo mi. Emi o le ja o. I don't have connections. But I can tell you something. Let me say it slowly, so that those of you that want to cut it and go and lie or superimpose, you have time. Afite babimo. If you have children, there is a standard law in the Bible for anyone who does evil against children. Bam. If you don't know it, go and start asking people. Don't need láti sọ̀rọ̀ fún yín. Babatunde Ogala is so, should I use insensitive and, I can't say detached from reality. I'm looking for an English, I'm looking for a word that describes somebody who sees children as mere objects. The way he even addressed the victim in court, at a point, he had to, because I was almost weeping. He had to adjust, okay, under normal circumstances, I shouldn't be doing this, because even what he was doing, you are doing something. If your conscience is telling you that, my brother, this thing you are doing is bad, then stop it. The victim was there. He asked the victim, so what happened? The victim told him, recounted, and he said, oh, you mean the movie you acted? The victim said, no, I'm not an actress. He said, now, but you acted a movie where they say you should. He said, no. But your mom produced a movie where she did it 7 times. The victim had to shush him. Hey, stop. I'm thinking. A child has, you must, as a human being, you must know there's limit to human endurance. You must. And whatever you do, when it comes to children, you mustn't say you want to. I don't know, what do you stand to get? Okay, even if they said your life depended on defending Ijesha and Femi, must you kill the victims? You re-traumatize the victims in both cases. Because bullying, and let me tell you, for those of you who don't know Babatunde Ogala, please Google his picture. He is big, tall, gigantic. And when he's talking, when he's walking, he sways. And he has this domineering voice. Imagine that kind of person talking to your child, shouting at them. Are you with me? That's another similarity. In my case, the Commissioner of Police then, Hakeem Odumosu, did not hide the fact that he was ready to push the case under the rug. In fact, before I could say anything, I just reacted. I just said, what? He knows what he will do. He will even, if I say any word, there's what I will say now, he will charge me for content. He will pulling left and right. In this case as well, Auntie Yetunde, gender, Ikeja, women try to suppress evidence. When the case file was being moved from Pansi to DPP, evidence was missing. They tried the statement that was written, the very first statement. They tried to chunk it off and use the second statement that was written in Pansi. And when the victim was writing, they were like, we can say a victim that has been on the road since morning. You told her to write, to stand under a tree and be writing. Around 8 p.m. There was no light. There was a decision. Is that the way to treat Nigerians? And This Ijesha continuously keep sending people. Please help me beg Princess. They will call you. Will call it. The moment he saw that, the case was in trial, blah blah blah. He said, "Ashebi mosi be, go back there now." He will show, and he started the same thing they did for me, trying to peddle false rumor. Somebody has been accused of being a pedophile, and then you try to shame the mother. You try to defame the mother's character. You want to say, oh, she's a bad mother. You try to look for death. They try to write so many things. I read so many things. I heard so many things. And then I keep asking myself, what is the bone of contention? Baba Ijesha, a serial rapist and pedophile with almost 50 victims. Note, for this case, we have 12 victims. One of them even made it to Bansi, wrote a statement. But by the time these threats became too much, they started backing out one after the other. Children, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't even want to know. And the same thing happened. And you could see gluttons, because that's what I know Yomi as, is a nitwit, a non-entity. The first day I ever knew him, I think I've said it before, we came for an event at Indigo, Afro Hollywood Awards. There were, I think, Fetia was on that trip, Yemi Sholade, BC Omo Luba. So if I'm lying, they are alive. And we were invited to Excel for cultural exhibition to the Nigerian stand. And Yomi was there loitering around. And he came to me and knelt beside me. And the Princess, I was like, Ashekosi. He was like, I saw that when he came, the others were like, I was like, no needs a whole lot of Princess, everything in our packaging, we are same. Oh, he's stranded, how he came to London, he doesn't have money, he's eating just Indomie, he's living on. The stories were too much. That was the first time I spoke to Yomi, Fabi, a non-entity. Yomi that was online bullying Tonya Imaku for years. Somebody that always constantly wants sexual gratification, sexual favors from actresses, from up and coming actresses in the industry. Somebody that did a movie about a case that was in court, even promoting child porn. Somebody that was indicted. Like, my petition is there. So when people were saying, Mohbad, he didn't report, Yomi was petitioned. He was supposed to come to Zone 2. The day he was supposed to come, he was supposed to come on a Wednesday. He left for the UK on a Tuesday. And it's on a pedigree. Somebody that doesn't have substance. Somebody that the only time he comes online is when he cooks up, concocts up different things. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Just for traffic, just for money, to survive. Is that somebody that you want? The man he called, I will remember that man's name. Ogunlano, Abi, what's the man's name? There was one man, Adeshina Ogulano. I remember vividly. See, if you do good, posterity will not forget. If you do bad. But the difference is that if you do good, you might get it back, or your children might get it back. If you do bad, it's the same thing. You might get it back, or your children might. So whatever you do is going to come back to you. Okay? So if I'm doing bad, behind closed doors, but I'm pretending to people that I'm doing good, the Bible already says my bad deeds will judge me in the end. But if I'm doing good and people are treating me as if I'm doing bad, the Bible says your good works will exonerate you. Yomi went out of his way. If somebody is in police custody, confessed to a crime, I was in Pansi every day. Yes, thank you. No, I'm just comparing. Thank you, Benson. I'm just comparing. I want you to know in the two cases, the similarities a lot is a mirror case. Then, continuous bullying of the victim. I don't know whether Mama Rainbow was paid. I don't know. But Mama Rainbow went on BBC to attack my person and further traumatize the victim. The same vein, Femi Francis Olaleye's case. They don't spend all her energy, everything, to make sure that she frustrates the mother of the victim, traumatize the victim. Are you seeing the similarities? In both cases, Nigerians, even in Femi Olaleye's case, I think more Nigerians even stood. But in both cases, a good number of Nigerians showed that the girl child is in trouble. Yes. 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 A lot of Nigerians still continue to justify the acts of the perpetrators. When Baba Ijesha was sentenced, he was sentenced to